Think about yin and yang and how that creates balance. It creates wholeness. So when you temper everything in your life and create a very, very profound balance, you create wholeness for yourself. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Mystic Temple Spirituality for a New Age. I'm Monica Bay, also known as the Divine Mother, and I am here to bring you truth. All right, today we are going to dive deep into the art of balance and talking about how there's different things within our lives that we need to actually balance, but not just within our lives, also within ourselves, and especially when we are looking to achieve certain things in life, being able to balance both discipline and tenderness. And we're going to get into that. But before we get into that, I want to bring you into my cup. So I have made this cup of tea, which is ginger and chamomile, to really help bring in the theme of this session today. And so, those of you who know me, and especially those of you who are my students, you know that I love infusing intention into everything. So today I've infused intention into this tea of chamomile and ginger. And the chamomile and ginger actually represent the balance that we're going to be talking about today. So talking about the calmness that we need, tenderness, and then also talking about discipline and groundedness. Okay. So both of these herbs really encapsulate that type of balance energy. So today I have taken the time to actually infuse this tea with that intention and with that energy. So as I sip it, and you can feel free to do that at home as well as you watch this, as I sip it, it will bring that balance and groundedness within me. And I encourage you all to do that as well at home, to create your own tea infused with your intention. And remember, you can do that at any time. Now, let's get started. So, have you ever noticed that the harder you push yourself, especially as it relates to your goals, the harder you push yourself, the harder it actually is to hear your inner voice? Because pushing yourself hard, disciplined, going after your dreams is not necessarily about just going, going, going. It also needs to be balanced with rest, with love, with tenderness in yourself. And this is what we're going to talk about today. But first, let's do an energy check on ourselves. I want you to place one hand over your heart and the other over your abdomen. Close your eyes, breathe in deeply, connect, and feel the synchronicity between your breath and your heart, allowing the two to coalesce, allowing the two to merge, matching that vibration. How does that feel? Feeling your heart opening with every breath, because heart opening is necessary for the balance that we're going to focus on today. Allow yourself to center, heart open, mind open, spirit open, and ready to receive. And with each beat of my drum, I want you to feel the sound resonating within you. I want you to feel the groundedness within you and feel yourself sinking into who you are. Feel the validity and the solidness of your being while also feeling its call for balance. And I'm lighting this candle today to represent the peace within us and also the balance within us, but also remembering that fire is alchemy. And this fire is going to alchemize the energies within us in order to bring that harmony and balance. Putting that intention of peace, harmony, and balance within us. As we move down our path, as we move toward our goals, our dreams, and our purpose, let that light shine, guide us, show us the way, igniting and alchemizing within us to create the harmony that we need. And now that we have properly set our intentions and energy for today, let's get into the passage for today from the Book of Rasheeda, and it is as follows. Temper yourself, but love thyself tender and true. So let's break that down for a little bit. Usually, tempering, when people think of tempering themselves, they think of kind of uh, holding back, pulling back. Well, this passage is really talking about two aspects of tempering. Yes, pulling back when you are doing too much, but also temperance also refers to the balancing of something, bringing something into harmony, bringing something into balance. Also, temperance means strengthening something. So temperance is tipping the scale one way or another in order to create that balance or to strengthen and enliven. And so why does it say temper yourself, but love thyself, tender and true? Because oftentimes as we start moving down a particular road and we're going fast, we are totally in our zone, right? And we forget about loving ourselves. We forget about taking care of ourselves. We're only focused, we're kind of tunnel vision on wherever that is we're trying to go. And the temperance is, like I said, there's three meanings to that. There's a pulling back, there's also a balancing, and there's also a strengthening. We're pulling back only on the aspects that are preventing us from hearing our inner voice, from practicing our self-love, from being tender and true to ourselves, and only being one way or another. The Book of Rasheeda talks a lot about temperance. It talks a lot about duality as well. And so duality is that black and white. Duality is that dichotomy, but the balance between those two, being able to have uh, strength and softness at the same time. Softness is not weakness. So I didn't say strength and weakness. Strength and softness at the same time. Softness towards yourself. Because when we're going towards our dreams, we're going towards things, we don't take time for ourselves a lot of the times. And so this balance is really, really necessary. So let's talk about the other aspect of strengthening. What are we strengthening with this temperance? We are strengthening our life path. We are strengthening ourselves so that we can start moving down the path that we're meant to move down. Because if we are going and going and going without temperance, if we are not balancing ourselves, if we are not allowing ourselves to have that duality, then we're going to have burnout. We're not going to foster an environment within ourselves and around ourselves that is conducive to our well-being. Success and well-being can match together. They can coalesce. But when one is ignored for the other, it doesn't work. It doesn't work at all. So eventually you can have one going really, really strong for a while. Eventually the lack of the other one will end up creating an issue, no matter who you are, no matter what the situation is, no matter what we're talking about. And this is also talking about discipline, because when we are moving fast, fast, fast towards something, what are we doing? We want to be disciplined. We want to be, but we end up being hard on ourselves, and we end up not giving ourselves grace. And again, that's what this temperance is about. That's what this balance is about. And let's talk for a second as an example about tempering metal, because again, that word can be used in many, many different ways. We're going to talk about the strengthening right now. When we temper metal, we forge it, we strengthen it. That is the discipline. And the cooling part of that tempering, because there's a heating and then there's a cooling. Again, balance. When we heat the metal, it strengthens the metal. When we cool it, it softens it so that it can be strong and focused. And in this analogy, you can think of how tempering metal is analogous to how life's challenges shape us when paired with self-love. Think about that. And I want you to think for a moment. I want you to tune in. What areas of your life right now need temperance? What areas do you need temperance in your life? What areas do you need temperance in your mind, in your thought process, in your heart? What's giving and taking? What are you doing too much of right now and less of? Where are you lacking and where are you excelling? But where are you going way too far and where are you doing not enough? And this isn't about being hard on yourself. This is about being honest with yourself so that you can then begin to create that harmony within your life. Really ask yourself that right now. Think about that. Journal it, write it down. Pause this if you need to. Write it down. Really think about that question. And again, let me be clear. I'm not talking about discipline not being a good thing. We want to be disciplined, right? And we also want to have self-love. I'm referring to the balance. It's important to state that discipline is an act of self-love. It's an act of self-respect. Why should we be disciplined in life? Because we want to respect our purpose. We want to respect our soul's incarnation into our bodies to say, hey, you came here, we came here, we are here to achieve something. I'm going to respect that. I'm not going to disrespect that by not being disciplined and focused on what it is I need to do. But at the same time, in that duality, I am here to experience the human experience. And in that experience, a major part of that experience is love. Self-love is a major part of that experience. Also, just love in the world is a major part of that experience. Happiness, enjoyment, all of those things. So again, this is why it's important to temper and to balance those aspects of our lives. And as you are applying these principles to your life, and I really need you to apply these principles to your life, remember the Book of Rasheeda is all about showing you the way, giving you a path. Again, this is not a religion, this is a pathway, giving you a path to your own freedom, to your own power, to the freedom and power of your incarnation, but also the enjoyment of your life. The Book of Rasheeda is holistic. And when we talk about this duality, think about yin and yang and how that creates balance. It creates wholeness. So when you temper everything in your life and create a very, very profound balance, you create wholeness for yourself. You create wholeness in your life. You create wholeness in your experience. You create wholeness for your soul. And you forge a path for your future and your purpose. And remember, in this passage, it says, love thyself tender and true. Why are we loving ourselves tender and true? What is tenderness? Tenderness is love. Tenderness is softness. Tenderness is grace. Tenderness is compassion. What kind of compassion are you bringing to yourself? Are you bringing yourself compassion? I want you to think about every day. Every day, I want you to create this as a part of your routine. Ask yourself, today, where do I need to temper balance? Where do I need to forge more discipline? And where do I need more tenderness? If you ask yourself, ask your spirit that every single day, you will always be right on track. And now let's do a chant in the divine language, which is going to help you really encapsulate and integrate all of the teachings from today. Evumasti heptezu, evumasti kumti, 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 eshna popoeshna sha, eshna popoeshna sha, eshna popoeshna sha. And now again, grounding and centering ourselves with our hand over our hearts and the other hand over our abdomen. Breathing in, breathing out. Synchronizing this message, synchronizing this truth, and creating a new vow for yourself to live in balance and harmony. And I would say a prayer in the divine language, which essentially means peace be unto you. Zor Kumti. And I'll see you next time.
Oh, from deep within, I find my guiding light. A connection so divine, reaching heights I feel so aligned. Oh yeah, my soul awakens, in harmony it sings. A symphony of truth, where my spirit takes its wings. I feel so alive in my higher self, dancing with the universe, where love is always there. I'm soaring higher, my spirit's free to extend. In this cosmic dance, I find my truest land. It feels so good, I found my light, a spark ignite from deep inside. My soul awakened, I'm feeling alive. Guided by starlight, I now thrive. I feel so alive.